Yo, what's up, Hutsy? So this is smart move. You probably know me for as outsmarts because of my Discord, or maybe even smart. I don't know what name I have on Discord. Yeah, I'm here to review your VOD, dude. So let's get into it.
We'll try to jump on back high ground.
Yep, back high ground.
Mercy's hit. Mercy's hit is very back. He's right around the corner though.
It's a tracer. Just drop.
That's so good. You can't. Get Mercy.
Get you.
Mercy down.
Nice.
That runs low.
Point. Get on point. Run down.
Nice.
Get on point.
Not sure if this is a scream or is this. Oh, this is matchmaking? Yeah. Huh? No, this is a scream.
We have no
Y'all
healer.
can still get
Get out of
help.
their road.
This is probably a custom game.
I'm waiting.
It's only 2 healers and a Genji.
Let's get
Oh,
cart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How we kill them?
No, we weren't able to secure
There's
the
like
kill.
5 of them here now.
Hey, y'all can
Over the,
push
oh,
up.
he missed the hook on me.
Push up. I'm gonna stay on cart. Call target.
Oh, come back. They're really weak in there though.
Overall, is the dive composition. You want to ideally snowball
Backing out.
once you cap a point. If you get stopped, it's usually not good.
He's low.
He's one.
I'm dead.
Just back up.
When Genji blades, I don't know if you could have survived there, but most of the times you should just speed boost and boop him out.
We're still waiting.
It's not worth to have the heal up because he deals burst damage and you cannot
I'm gonna jump back on the cart.
heal for the damage that he deals. So the best is just to go for the speed to disengage.
You know? Genji,
Oh, he stunned me.
Ryan's low.
Pretty coordinated engage here. Went wrong because probably flashbang headshot.
Genji low. Genji really low.
Ideally, you want to do this. Ideally, you want to do this engage with sound barrier because they have Roadhog and they have 3 guys who can hard CC your Genji. They have a Roadhog who can hook. They have a McCree who can flashbang, and they have a Reinhardt who can, for some miracle get a random charge. So ideally, you want to sound barrier and use the blade so that the Genji is protected by the barrier when it goes in, and this doesn't happen. Now your economy is really hurt, and as I said, if you're playing dive composition, especially against Death Ball, so this is you shouldn't have done this because I already had lost the Diva suit and already had lost the Pharah, so you should just regroup and save your ultimate there. But like if you are attacking and you already lost people, unless your team already had some picks, it makes no sense for you to use ultimates. Because you can just regroup and try again. If you are forcing ultimates on a fight that you already lost people and you have a numbers disadvantage, you are setting yourself to get snowballed on and probably lose the game, which is what's happening, especially dive against triple tanks, that ball kind of composition.
It's not working. We'll need to switch off. Let's go Reinhardt.
Okay.
Dolphin switch to
They don't have triple tank, they have 2 tank, but this is a snowball death ball composition nonetheless. They have Reinhardt and Roadhog, so their main strat is to stay together. I mean their condition as a comp, I mean.
Lucio behind.
So Ryan versus Ryan, I like this. You guys should be able to
push on the Ryan.
to get some space now. Yeah, it's way easier.
Head off.
Yeah, push
Nobody
ahead.
here.
That was a smart
Oh, there's McCree here.
change.
There's McCree
I mean,
here.
individually, there's
Let's go.
not
Just everybody
many things
Oh, you got me.
to point out.
stand the cart here.
The only thing I have to point out specifically is the sound barrier. I don't know if you noticed at the time it was a mistake,
All that
Hop
back
it down.
but yeah. If you already lost people, just don't sound barrier. Save it for the next fight.
Backing off. Backing off. Die on point.
Again, he used the blade and he's still healing up. Just
Right, dude.
Down.
nice kill.
Genji one, Genji.
Yeah, now just keep the heal up.
He did it to save himself.
Y'all are down. Right?
So they used beat, they used blade. You have beat. You probably can win the next fight just off the back of the beat. But it's gotta be a good engage. If it's a messy one, if you engage on the wrong target
Wait till we switch in the use.
when you beat,
Go in Ryan, go in Ryan.
so yeah, you're probably gonna lose the point here.
Ryan's
She's
low.
up top. I'm gonna get her.
Person's off. Lucio, Lucio. Okay, Lucio dead.
I don't know why specifically you chose to beat there, but it was nice to see that you took your time. You know, you didn't rush the beat. That's nice. You know, most of the players, even me, would start the fight with the beat there, and you know, you took your time, you evaluated the situation. I don't know what triggered your reaction there to use the beat, but it was a
If
good
you
beat.
die, just switch off.
I got another bomb. I'm gonna crack it.
Hey, watch Genji. Genji behind. Big shatter, big shatter. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Genji behind with Blake.
he's slow, he's slow.
Before you shatter.
Oh,
Yeah, this is way better.
They're all down.
You could even kept running back, and there was no way you could have closed the gap between you and him.
He's gonna have
And
to
if he did not kill you, he would not have the resets to get the other 2 kills, and you would still have the rest, and it would probably be a cap here. I mean, at least a secure cap, yeah.
McCree, low.
Genji and Lucio on point.
I went for the boop. I'm garbage.
Genji on left side.
Genji on top of me.
Genji's low. He's up top.
Can't see you down there. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'm garbage.
You should have been behind on the back line. There's no reason to be that pushed up in that specific situation. This is a decent rest. I don't know why not to rest him.
That four-man bomb.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to die there. You could have gone back line.
they're probably gonna dive you.
But so far so good.
We're gonna try to bait them.
Except for the first barrier,
We're gonna dive them.
which you could have gone given the call for your team to wait
Don't peek.
before the blade, and then you would blade and barrier, and it would be much more effective
Widow's left down.
as an engage. I don't have that much to point out. I mean, this amp can be punished really hard.
Diva.
Help her, Winston, help her.
No, I don't know if it was a misclick or something, but now now it would be a good time to amp, and you don't have it.
Widow's half on the top right. Or top left there.
Nurse, because we need to
Can you dive her? Oh,
I got her here.
I'm out of matrix.
Nice peek on Widow.
Zen low.
Can we break this bubble?
You should go for boops on Winston. Like you should go inside the bubble and boop him, to force him to jump. You know.
Widow's back, watch out.
Always keep Winston booped if you can, if you have the opportunity to.
The Discord on you.
I'm running back.
You can speed in,
Alright, Blake.
you know, use your speed to get inside the bubble, boop him, and then get out. And when you are
Widow's on.
after you boop, you know Winston will not have range
It's a mercy
to
on
deal
it.
damage,
If not, I'm gonna
so
die.
you can use the
Both
heal
down their spawn.
to sustain you back.
Jump that widow.
It's the same mechanic as I pointed out for the Genji. The Genji draws the blade and
No, we're good.
Down.
you
Healers.
pop the amp
Just get on point. I'm dead.
and boop him off, and that's the way you can close the gap.
Nice.
Nice.
Just monkey, just monkey.
Nice. Let's go.
Should have waited a little bit before amping, but I did that mistake as well.
Fight somebody. Oh, it was Diva.
Need help.
Boop speed. You should always speed after the boop to make sure that the gap is secured, you know, and then you switch to the hills. I'm not a fan of this barrier, because what happens on that barrier is I understand the idea behind the barrier. You saw the self-destruct, you saw that your teammates will be vulnerable, so you try to protect them. But what happens is people will try to look for cover, and you know your barrier will not hit anyone, or if it hits anyone, those people will be hiding, and by the time they come out, there will be no barrier for them to use. So
Then ult out.
you know, just hold that barrier.
Fight on point. Try not to die.
Like generally, I don't think it's a good idea to use barriers against self-destruct,
Zen's low.
because self-destruct deals 1k damage. I know that it has a fall off damage because of the range. Depending on the range, it can deal more. I mean, more or less damage. Yeah. So one thing you need to work on is on the dragon blades. You can totally deny the dragon blades if the Lucio is properly played.
We're stalling really well.
Genji's down.
I need heals, I need heals.
There's no heals
We're
on
both
point.
dead. We're on our way now. They rezzed.
He was on back.
Can we get their mercy? She's half.
She's so weak.
She's one.
Got her. Whoa, turn it up.
Genji up top.
Genji half.
Nice.
I think they will have beat, right? They're probably gonna have beat. They don't have blade. Self-destruct is, you know, it's not that impactful. Maybe a pulse bomb. Maybe Tracer will hit the pulse bomb and you guys gonna lose the point.
Diva's half. Diva's half.
Down. They get
Can we pop the bubble?
Down.
Yeah, Lucio. No healers on point, guys. Healers on point.
Genji's low.
3v3. I mean, 4v3.
I'm down. Winnable, winnable.
You're on their way back.
5v3, 4v3.
Whoa, who are we on?
Moon peak, please.
So you guys are in trouble now. Unless you have res. If you have res, it's really good.
Diva has no bomb.
Tracer on me.
Oh, no res. Yeah. Because they have spawn advantage. Every peak that I get, it's worth like 2 peaks from your perspective. So yeah, that's why you're gonna probably lose the point. But you did a pretty good hold. This was a really good hold.
Nice.
Like I would not even. I don't know. Can you guys hold this? Holy shit! That was that.
Nice.
They have res, right? Okay. Oh, well played, guys. Well played.
Oh.
I actually have some D20s right next to me. I have like
The one
9
quick
right now.
thing, before we get too distracted with the next match, I noticed we like to push forward after we want to fight on the payload, which is good. But there was no one for us to engage, so we should have put 3 back on the cart. We were all just sitting up there not doing anything with only 1 on the cart.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
So let's patch one more.
Why not put you
We're
on?
pushing him back really far.
Oh, too far.
That's fine.
You
Yeah, they're
found
about
me.
to.
One on cart.
I'm
They're on
sorry
cart
for my
two.
sins.
It was just like 5 seconds.
Pinata.
On me.
Pinata.
He's orb, Winston orb, he's half.
Running dive.
Follow up.
Mercy down.
Zarya really weak.
Winston's on point.
I'm dead.
Sorry, it's half. Sorry, it's half.
Oh, two.
There is
Tracer
zero.
me.
Disengage.
Back up.
Yeah, on this comp you should definitely
We need to get back to the
um
high ground. The healers.
Yeah.
always keep an eye on Zen. You are his main killer. Also Diva. But yeah, you should be responsible for Zen.
Help ya.
I ate that. I'm getting a call. No, fast.
It's kinda risky to run Zen on defense. He's really strong on offense and defense, but the thing is that you don't have as much sustain. Most teams will run Zen on offense and
Where is in the right?
Ana on defense because of the burst heal that Ana offers.
I ran onto it.
Thank you.
That's unfortunate.
You got a call.
Oh. So this is a good time. So right now we're not on a particular target.
Oh, they sell long pause.
Dead.
I'm gonna stall.
I'm dead.
So this point is lost.
That's fine. Regroup.
Wow, this killed their Pharaoh.
You got split spawn.
We still held for 2 minutes. I guess not that
Get
bad.
back as fast as we can. So we can engage it.
Should just fall all the way back, you two.
No port.
One.
You and Winston should fall all the way back.
Dive there.
Like, not
Zarya.
even peek there.
Yeah, we have
That's
to take out
risky.
that Zarya.
They could have snowballed you guys so hard there.
Engaging now.
Now you should speed up and engage, yeah. There we go.
Orb Winnie. He's up top.
Oh god, yeah, that kind of an overkill when it comes to wolves, but after the pulse bomb, you don't need the visor there. You should be good to go.
Nice.
But that's not an individual observation, that's a team observation.
Look, bonus and genders of 2017.
And you know, I guess
Said his name is Prince.
Pharaoh's left side.
that's acceptable because you never know if the pulse bomb is gonna
Could be a lamp for all we know.
hit, and maybe your soldier saw a good opportunity there and just went for it. So
I didn't see
I
him
accidentally dropped.
underneath. Pharaoh.
Sand over peak there, didn't need to peek that.
That's fine. We can still bring this back. Never mind. I'm down.
Should go for payload as a team and sound barrier the payload and take the fight there.
Where are we?
Good pick on the fair.
Zen's really weak.
One thing you can do is just tell your team to group on payload. If you're going to sound barrier, just say group on point or group on payload depending on the map you're playing
Orb Winnie.
before you sound barrier, so that you make sure that everybody's gonna get hit by the sound barrier. Hitting some good shots there.
Mercy's low.
They res.
Follow.
I mean, your gameplay is pretty good.
Zen, you down?
Individually, it's pretty good.
I'm alone.
Zarya's.
I don't know where that is.
There are some minor mistakes here and there, but I don't know
That's
if
fine. They just engage.
I mean, I don't think the reason why you losing fights is you specifically. I wouldn't call that the lost fight, to be honest, because the spawns where the payload is, the spawns are kind of 50-50. You'll reach the point even before the enemy team will, I guess, so it's not bad.
They're pushing bottom left. They're all bottom left.
Zen's just trying to get some frags.
Like, your job is to peel for Zen to a certain extent, but if he takes long range fights, there's nothing you can do for it. Like, for instance, right here, you need to get closer to him.
He's really weak.
Monkey one. Monkey one.
Our monkey is one.
Our monkey is also
They're
low.
running a
Yeah.
Reaper now.
Well played. But the boops, I think the boops are something you can work on.
He's down.
Nice. Can we get their
Orb
tracer?
Tracer.
Zarya's super low. Zarya's so low right now.
Zarya then. Breaker bubble. Nice. Get their healer. We can push in on their support. Mercy's half. Mercy's one.
Like, use your auras correctly. Like, now you could just be with the hills. You don't need speed because you are just
Reset.
you are not moving a lot, you know, from that spot. So you could have chosen the heals there, but overall when it's an engage, you always go for the right aura.
Reaper again.
When the game is more slow paced,
Slow engagement.
you go for heals.
We're engaging now.
I just think you need to improve your
Oh,
disengages. That's what.
nice.
Although I'm not seeing a lot of aggro on your backline.
Reaper, you still getting out.
I speak like this is a pretty clean game from you.
Oh, there's a
Slow in there?
Mercy on him.
Oh god,
Is Mercy still down there?
I think so.
that is a scary peek from Zen. I mean, it was a 2v1, so yeah.
She's still alive though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Respawn.
It's like a chicken with its head off, man.
weird. Whatever.
When they push, I'm gonna ult and try to just get them off the cart.
Okay.
Almost like Wolf, so they're gonna dive in again.
He's up top.
The fact that the diva doesn't have suit can be detrimental to this
They've had him for a bit.
fight.
Reaper.
Reaper's low. Nice.
I'm down.
For instance,
Their Winston's half.
if she had the suit there, maybe you wouldn't have the sound barrier because she could have just matrix, and you could have sound barrier in a another specific situation.
Mercy's half.
Help me, help me, help me.
They don't have res? When did she res? When did she res? That's super weird.
Nice.
Got that boop off, man. Feels good, man. Are we gonna reset the map?
Score 0 to 1.
They made it.
Switching sides.
Do we want to reset the map? Because they're gonna be the ones to do it.
Prepare to attack.
Nice. Diva's still very low.
Get out of there.
Yep.
By the way, I don't know about this approach when you're running dive. I think you should just go straight from here.
Very weak.
This bubble is also not optimal.
Diva's almost out of mech.
Orb. She's orb.
Nice. Diva's still very low.
And I think I can hear a Reaper, so you definitely don't want to go for close quarters.
He was on mech.
Nice.
Going under. On cart, down cart.
I've been on the cart.
Trying to get up top. Watch out. Reaper.
Coming, knock him.
Payload is moving, but it's not you and Zen who are on the payload, so that's pretty weird, guys.
Careful.
He's behind.
It's kinda 70% your responsibility to move the payload,
I'm out of mech.
Well,
as the rest of the team gets peaks and snowballs the game. So that's something you can also take from this review. Is like try to be more objective oriented, because I didn't I was not fully understanding how the payload was moving. If you were not on payload and Zenato was not on payload, how is the payload moving? It's so weird. Usually Lucio on an organized team environment is the man of the payload. Now this I like. My team also does this, but I don't know about this amp. You should have amp healed the Winston and not amp speed.
We're very close.
We can just sound barrier here and finish the game.
I'm down.
Sorry, I popped that half on there too late.
It's good that you did.
I ran out of matrix as soon as he dropped.
Reaper's one.
Going back.
Get him. Hit him.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Could have ended the game there.
Diving their heels.
Can we break this
I'm on
bubble?
a sweet spot.
You can sound barrier now and go full aggro.
no shield, no shield.
Orb Winston.
Oh no. You could have stayed where you were on the payload. You would not have died.
Engine.
Get you one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Heat drop.
He was almost out of mech. Diva out of mech. I have a trace on me. I'm gonna die here.
Oh, already another trance. Nice.
No healers.
down, card.
One card. He's down.
It's just
Monkey,
Winston.
monkey, monkey.
Like, you play well, dude. It's just a couple of things that I'm
Nice.
gonna mention at the end. So yeah. So before I go into the points, to the, you know, important things, I just want to give some credibility to my reviews, and as such, I'm going to give you a brief introduction of myself. So I've been coaching for about almost 3 months now. I started with a Portuguese team. We are now the #1 Portuguese team. I know that might not mean like a lot, but we have 2 players that are top 500 on Europe. Me myself, I'm 4.1k. I have another account with season high 4 point something, and I main tanks, and I also feel for supports. But I've been playing Lucio a lot lately, so I have a good insight of how to play Lucio in different situations. Um, Besides this, I also coach for Core, which is a project where we have a semi-professional team there. And we have a lot of teams, since the most casual ones up until some more competitive ones. And what I do there is I do a lot of one-on-one sessions and VOD reviews for the teams, spotting out micro and macro mistakes, positioning stuff, ultimate management, why you shouldn't push right now, you should have regrouped, take the high ground, snowball, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know everything about the game. Every session that I do, I learn. Like this session, I learned more. Every time I do a session, I learn. So getting that out of the way already, let's get straight into the points. What I thought was only 2 points that I have here, and you can see here I only wrote 2 points. One, Genji Blade. You need to be more comfortable and like stay calm when a Genji draws the blade. There's one thing that you can do that can assure the Genji will not do anything with the blade, which is boop him at the right moment. Poof, you boop him back, and you speed everybody back. The gap between your team and him will be so big that it's impossible for him to get a kill and get a reset and get another kill and get a reset and so on and so forth. I'm gonna send you a video from Harry Hook, which is a professional player from Envious. He's explaining that in like about 20 seconds, not even. And besides the Genji disengage, it's just overall in disengage, from Winstons, from Tracers. You have to keep in mind your #1 priority is to peel for your Zenyatta or your Ana, because those are main healers who don't have any mobility. The Ana has some mechanics to peel for herself, but they are not enough. You need to play and build some synergy with those champions, with your teammates, in order to be able to take off the value from their dives, from the enemy dives. Just push them out of the way. So basically, if you have to go inside a Winston bubble to push him out, do it. Remember that the Winston bubble blocks your heals. So when you are inside a Winston bubble, don't use the healings. Just go for the speed. It makes no sense to get healings there. What else can I tell you? Like, besides that, the gameplay is pretty clean. I mean, you can improve your aim a little bit. I can improve my aim a little bit as Lucio as well. I don't know, the sound barrier or King's Row. The same way people use Nano Blade, you can do beat and blade. Protection for the Genji. The Genji goes ape shit if he has 400 extra health from your barrier. And on King's Row, you guys did that mistake. You popped the blade first, and then you lost the fight. And then the next fight, you popped the sound barrier after losing 2 peaks. So when you are attacking and you lost already 2 peaks, makes no sense to keep using ults unless you already have traded peaks. In that situation, you had no trades. So that was a mistake. Besides that, everything I like to watch a lot. Like I like how you take your time sometimes to pop the barrier. You may be punished sometimes, but um, it's a good sign of being able to be calm during the screens, which is more important than matchmaking. Um, you know, I like how you initiate with your speed and have awareness to understand the initiation. Um, I can watch more VODs in the future. I've been really busy with all the VODs, and I have to upload videos for YouTube. I have to stream. I have to do a lot of stuff right now. Um, and that's why I don't do everything for free. I will send you my links, my all the links, the Twitch link, the YouTube, all that stuff, Discord, etc., etc. And if you are interested in further one-on-one sessions with me, I can go much more into depth. We can go into custom games and talk to each other, and I can show you stuff in the game. Um, I can show you my own gameplay, etc., etc. I only take like $6 for it, which is about €5, which is about a hamburger on McDonald's or something. I just take a symbolic value because I really have a lot of job, a lot of stuff to do right now besides coaching my team and streaming and YouTube and all that stuff. So if you're interested in more one-on-one sessions, please give me a call. I'd really enjoy to be a part of your improvement as a player. And if you also want to coach as a team, you want some VOD reviews for your team, I can also help you with that because I spot some mistakes here and there. And as I said, it's really cheap. And you are 6 guys, it's $6. Everybody just has to go in with one single dollar, and um, you are you are helping me a lot, and I want to help you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun with your games and all that. I'm sorry my English is not fluent. I try to speak as much as good as I can, but I'm Portuguese, so uh, it's only as good as it gets. Dude, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Take care and enjoy your games, man. See you later.